They invented this color, rose gold, and I'm mesmerized. A new object of desire. I totally fell for it.
It's almost embarrassing enough to blush.
There was a time when we were able to draw up an encyclopedia, an exhaustive catalog of all the objects in the world. Since then, though,
Everyday objects
every possession is an extension of the
self.
My world is fragile.
One gesture away from losing all access to sustaining the fantasies I need.
What is a good life when something you desire is actually an obstacle to your
The
name
name
of a color is the result of a segmenting between other colors. Orange between
and new
red
colors
and
for
yellow.
old things.
I hear that the gold iPhone was for the Chinese market, where gold still really means something.
Art Nouveau exploded.
I
keep finding watch advertisements where all the clocks are set to
I read
8:20.
terms like anadigi. Well, new old terms. What time was it really? I go to check what time the Apple Watch is set to. I find myself wanting one. What
Material
kind of person
feel
am
of
I?
a year or an age.
Intuition is the work of history translated through personal memory.
But
How much
much
can you
do I
fit
really
in the
need
cloud?
to remember?
You forget when you learn to use your inside voice.
When did you learn to
A
swipe?
red gold called Arius in Greek, and rose revolutions.
Easier for the
Ukraine
West
was
to
orange,
digest.
pink, lemon, or tulip. In every
Kyrgyzstan.
political gesture associated with democracy was branded with a color. Several male artists I know have told me that I am having a moment.
As if the moment will pass soon.
Rose gold is having a moment too. Things travel to their destinations. What is the right way to talk about something? Do people understand more if you communicate through things bought and sold? I keep buying these plastics called melamine, evergreen, corsage. I find blue rose too. Royal, yellow rose, red. Why is mustard 1970? Melamine was mass-produced as colorful by a corporation called American Cyanamid. This product was marketed as indestructible. Cyanamid was the sole producer of buttons for U.S. military clothing. Part of the reason they fell out of favor was that they stained and faded with seafoam stone gray, stained brown from coffee and soup. I think about repetition. He tells me that optimism is the force that moves you out of yourself to be closer to satisfying something that you can't generate on your own.
I
know full well you would do anything. It's the wanting, not the having. Same with people as in objects. Rose gold doesn't need to be anything at all. Just an idea in the
Something to
air.
look forward to.
A kind of metabolism of the object. The desire to have some impact on the world in relation to its impact on me. The cardinal theme of advertising. So this is a bird, and this is a bird, and this is a mouse, and this is a mouse. This is a tree, and so is that. This is rose, and this is gold. What do words have to do with anything? Pictures, for that matter. And something else. I love the rose gold. All divisions between people and things are confused in this magical object. Out on the border between Arizona and Nevada, operated by the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation, style Art Deco, opening date 1936. Rose gold is flattering to most skin tones. Rachel, dark, dark, dark. Who is and what is dark, dark? Who is the voice of authority here? And who is this object actually for? Old question of technology is separate from human intention. Of a thing that just records. The first alphabet, 365-day calendar, the concept of zero, all outside the West. The top-down hold of disembodied vision, the satellite, the eye in the sky. TM says that money-making has no color. Why am I telling you, who already know? I am overwhelmed by the fullness of the record and remember that it was a thin record to start, written for only a few of us. I looked to the big guys, but they failed me too. I read Heidegger, who was disappointing in so many ways, and he says that the true intelligence has to do with speaking, not writing. I think about how dumb that would make me. And how it would change the record. Not just a record, but an evaluation. I have been saying it's conceivable for our concepts to be different than they are. But I say that to say this. Never believe that technology will be sufficient to save us. My skin falls, but rose gold doesn't change. Auvergne Deluxe. Royal Artisan Yellow. Casual. Artisan Deluxe. A catalog of nothing. There is gold paint, but Rembrandt didn't use it to paint a golden helmet. When we met, my hair was very yellow, and yours was so black as to be blue. I like that. Or is it like this? The word red means something known to everyone, and in addition for each person it means something known only to her. Something similar is true in the concept of having pain in someone else's body. We do not know the exact experience. One person inscribed on another, giving that other meaning. No, that's her, that publicist with the gold. Sheesh, your girl's hot as shit in the purple. Spectacle of the blonde. Pink collar ghetto. I moved heavily on her. Different pinks for raw or cooked. Color can be a protection too. The green at the bottom of the pool becomes green to reflect or protect itself from green light. The bizarre black and white pattern on the butterfly. The crustacean imitates a stain, its behavior bound up with the common octopus changes its color dramatically and rapidly under stress. Even as one thing folds out of favor into obsolescence, a simultaneous thing has happened, an opening of the parts of us that technology can touch, like tentacles. The original iPhone introduced the world to multi-touch. Just a touch of violence. Am I worried about getting older?
Are you?
And I can never reconcile my love of fashion, the way that a new thing can make you feel. The freedom that is only people leads me into the world. The choice, keep going back, isn't really a choosing. What do you need for a good life?
We were willing.
We were willing to have our memories rezoned by the constant tinkering required to maintain the machinery and tells me so beautifully to be intimate with the world of things
Modern
and be alienated from the world of capital and love. You are. As soon as you buy something, you lose the power to buy something. A person disappears even to herself.
A population wearing out.
I like you because you are quiet and you listen and you don't interrupt me too much. I collect pictures of women demonstrating fax machines and scanners and copy. With 3D touch, you can do things that were never possible before. Reality is touched not with direct confidence, but with fingertips that are immediately withdrawn. The invisibility of the current time. It is hard to see the trends in it.
Catalog of nothing.
Those memories are now incredibly vivid. Only I know. By the time you see this, the luster of the product will already be fading. I hate the idea of an eternal color that wouldn't rust or fade. Would you help me wrangle this? The way the rationality of objects comes to always the feeling that there's too much to handle. More and more actions delegated to think. Any choice that can be made is ossified from the outset. The future was pure potential. She likes red, said the little girl. Red, said Mr. Rabbit. You can't give her red. Something red, maybe. The actual vulgar color of tulip. You can make anything no color. Coral. I don't really have to talk anymore. I delegate my speech to my fingertips.
And in the world, I become quieter.
Is the rose gold iPhone a totem? Does it signify an order? Maybe you won't even remember it at all.